This is the Tarot and Oracle forecast for the month of October 2018. We have a look at the broad, big energies that will definitely touch on all of your lives in some way. For some of you, this will tell your entire story for the month. For others of you, it will just touch on aspects of your life. So if you'd like a personal or private reading, or that new option where you can do a WhatsApp call that's due to demand from many of you, then please contact me via the links in the description box below. That also applies if you would like that truly, genuinely amazing soulmate reading. Going to start with your love and relationships reading. We're going to move on to a success reading, then a happiness reading, and then this month I'm going to finish off with a core theme for each star sign that I was kind of guided to do for you guys. That is the one thing you must keep in your mind throughout any situations or challenges or even the good things that come into your life in the month of October. Your relationship reading. I've been reading all your relationship comments, Libra. Being a Libra myself, I can fully identify with everything that has happened. Honestly, if I told you my life story, it would be just as interesting, and that's a very gentle way of putting it, as your guys. So the card right at the end, I think, is the main message, because I sat and thought a bit about what can I say to you guys about your relationships over the last few years and what you've been through. Being Librans, we are hardwired to be part of a relationship. In fact, if you're not part of a relationship, we actually suffer. They say we choose what we want to learn, in other words, the situations that we will go through in our lifetime. And as hard as that is to accept, apparently it is true. I sometimes think that things that I chose where relationships were concerned, I must have had a brain fart at the time. Excuse my language, but there we go. But I think one of the most important things is to tell a new story. So I'm going to do this relationship reading for you, and then right at the end, listen to that last card, because I'm going to go further into that telling a new story idea. So the cards that come up is You Deserve Love, Healing Family Issues, Religious Factors, Make the Effort, and Wedding. So once again, I will read what it says on the cards, but the literal meaning is just for the card itself. When you put them in a spread, when there's download messages coming through, when there are guided messages coming through, there's more to it than that. So You Deserve Love says you are lovable. Healing Family Issues says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Religious Factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Make the effort, great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Wedding, this situation involves marriage. Interesting that that's the last card in here. And it fell out of my hand as I was speaking to you. One of the other things that happened is I was thinking about this while I was putting the cards out and taking the pictures of them, and the rainbow card from the Tea Leaf Fortune deck fell onto the floor, right there with a slot, which says the worst of it is now over. So I want to say to all of you that have posted up all those stories you've had, the worst is over. That is the big message coming for you. You Deserve Love says that the new story says that you now know how you would like to be treated. You know what you want from your partners in life, and you will not settle for less. The Healing Family Issue says you have come face to face with situations where your beliefs, and that's where that Religious Factors card comes in, where your core beliefs about relationships, where they can go wrong, how they can go wrong, what they can do to you, you've come up against that. You've learned, you've evolved past it. You will hopefully not be attracting those kind of situations back in your life in order to learn them again, because now you have learned. Now make the effort to go out there with a different story, a different new evolved attitude, knowing you can attract something totally different into your life. And then you get the wedding card, because the next relationship that comes into your life has long-term potential, has the potential for you to marry that partner. But you're wiser, you're stronger, you've learned a lot about yourself especially, and what you're prepared to settle for. So this relationship will be something different. So you need to tell the different story. This applies if you're in a relationship as well, a committed relationship. You've learned a lot through what you've been through in the last few years. Years, note, I say years. You have learned you deserve respect. You have learned where your blind corners are due to things that came up in childhood. You have learned, you have that you got core beliefs that needed to be adjusted. And now you'll make the effort to do things differently so that you can have the kind of relationship that we're speaking about, even if you're in one at the moment, that will make you happy and satisfy and help you grow and evolve in the future, but in a constructive way, right? Right, now we take a look at your success reading. I use tarot cards for that. We have the 5 of Earth, Strength, 6 of Water, 7 of Air, and 7 of Fire. So we've got 2 sevens lined up there. Right, so this tells a very clear story. For many of you, the abundance in your life has not come in the form that you used to. This 5 of Earth in this particular deck speaks about abundance coming in different ways, and perhaps that you're not recognizing that it is in fact abundance. It's coming through different channels. It's been given to you in different ways. Given to you was an important little phrase there. Things will be given to you in the month of October. So the income might not come in the general sense. The bank balance may not be its level that you would like it to be, but you'll be given gifts, you'll be given things, you'll be given things at cheaper prices, that kind of thing. You will find things that are on special if you need certain things. You're going to be getting your abundance in a different way in the month of October. Yet the abundance will come. So be conscious of not overlooking the fact that you're getting everything you need and want, but it's coming to you in a different form. Strength card says that this probably will present challenges to you, but remember that the challenges that are presented to you when you get the Strength card it's something you can overcome. It's not something that you cannot overcome. Open your heart, in other words, let go of the fear, and you'll actually sail through this. The 6 of Water says you long for the old security where especially material goods are concerned, or your salary, or the way you used to live. But that 6 of Water says look forward. Don't look back. What is in the past is in the past. This is not the way the future is going to look. The future is going to have a very, very different look to it. The 7 of Air and the 7 of Fire tell a similar story, because the 7 of Air is the card that says blaze your own trail. It's about striking out in a new path, thinking out of the box. It's challenging because it's new and it's different and it's not something you've done before. And the 7 of Fire speaks about not letting other people's ideas of what you should be doing stop you from what you know in your heart is perhaps a new path. Or even it's just like a gut instinct that you get in the month of October to head off in a certain direction. You may have a little voice in you saying, yes, but you know, that's not a traditional way of making money. You know, people say you can't do it like that. You'll never be successful at something like that. That's not something that generally makes, you know, all those kind of things that have built up over time because of things that people have said, sometimes deliberately and sometimes in passing, but they stick. So be aware of the fact you're going to be blazing your own trail in October. You're going to be doing something which your family perhaps even doesn't, or your peers or whatever. Don't think of as a good, solid foundation, traditional way of doing things, yet it's going to be working for you, whatever it may be. Your happiness reading. So these are the tea leaf fortune telling cards, and this is always the fated elements that are coming into the month. Those things which you're not going to have much say about the arrival of in your life. So, but there are other energies that help you navigate through this, mitigate what you don't want, accentuate what you do want, that kind of thing. So you get the rainbow, the wedge, the rose, the rooster, the arrow, the throne, the handshake, the teapot, the tulip, the bell, dog close up, and valley, and you finish off with flowers. That is really nice. The rainbow says the most difficult part of the situation is over. If you remember, I mentioned earlier that card fell out with your relationship reading, even though I had said them, I'd chosen them already or picked them out already. So I think in many areas of your life, but especially your relationship area, because you've got the rose coming up just after that as well. The worst of it is over. The lessons that you had to learn where relationships are concerned, the evolution you had to move through where relationships are concerned, the worst of it is now over. The wedge says someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. That is the way you were feeling, and you're still feeling that at the beginning of October. Because romance is in the air comes up after that, you feel as if that is unattainable. Yet romance is definitely showing up for Libra, especially in October. The rooster says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. The arrow says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. And the throne says you are in a position of authority. Somebody is going to point out to you that you've had all these bad relationships. How can you be getting into another one? You're just going down the same path. The best thing here is not to say a word. Because this time the arrow says you are on the right path regarding this. You are in a position of authority. In other words, you have learned your lessons. You are far wiser. The choices you make now are from a completely different energy perspective. You are attracting something different into your life. The handshake is a meeting with a stranger could be important. The teapot says deep friendship with someone of the same sex. And the tulip says great passion. So I think, because you've got the dog in there too, because then you've got bell, which is announcement, dog, close-up, pleasure with a close friend. I get the feeling here that you are getting a new friend. However, this friend seems to be instrumental to what really fires you up in your life as well. Be it a partnership or a relationship, one of the two, this friend is instrumental, and it's a new friend. I get the distinct feeling it's a new friend. And that his dog is pleasure with this close friend. It could possibly be, and for some of you that message is coming through, a close friend becomes something more in the future. The valley says deep personal strength and peace that assure success. You are being told that again and again in this reading, Libra. You have evolved into someone that can attract entirely different and new things into your life. And you do this from a very firm, hard-earned foundation. Because your final card is happiness. So you finish the month of October on a very high, very nice note. I'm very glad to hear that for one. So the final card, and this is taken from the White Lion Leadership Oracle deck, incredible deck this, is freedom. It's a big one, that one. So the month of October, the theme for Librans is freedom. It is freedom from what held you down in the past, literally, physically, what held you down in the past. If you couldn't move through certain challenges, couldn't get to certain goals, couldn't attain certain things that were really important to you, the month of October sees that going. It sees those barriers being removed and you moving into what you want and need in your life. There's another level to this. You have had that story that I mentioned in the beginning that you keep telling yourself where relationships are concerned, and it's inevitable you would have told yourself the story by now because things kept going wrong where relationships were concerned. You kept going through the same things, the same challenges, not getting that fulfillment from a relationship that you were looking for. In fact, quite the opposite was happening a lot of the time. Now it's time to tell a new story and free yourself of the old story. The old story belongs in the past. If, however, you keep telling yourself over and over again, if you discuss it with your friends, if you write it on forums, if you lie at night and think about it, you are telling yourself the same sad story of your relationship life that has been going on, and you will attract the same thing back into your life over and over again. You've got to free yourself of that story now. It is done and dusted. It is a closed book. Doesn't mean we ignore it and pretend it never happened. It's just that we can't keep telling the story, relating the story, writing the story, and memorizing the story, or we will never be able to access the new freedom that is available to actually have the kind of relationships that you truly want. The potential is there now for you, but you can't do so if you keep telling the old story, literally telling the old story. In other words, discussing it with your friends, writing it down, typing it, thinking about it. It's got to be put to rest and start telling a new story. Start telling a hopeful, upbeat new story so that that new energy can attract into your life that freedom and that kind of relationships and goals and lifestyle that you've been working so hard on for so many years. Right, that message was very most especially for you guys. I was very pushed to tell that story for you. Right, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you would like a personal private reading, I'm just going to repeat again, or that amazing soulmate reading, please contact me via the links in the description box below. You can either email or go to the website and book or purchase a reading. I want to thank you for watching, listening, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And also to those of you that are sharing my videos, a very, very special thank you. I truly appreciate it.